Hello, welcome to the channel. Now I want to give a massive shout out to somebody called Mountain Bike Derbyshire. You may have seen his channel here on YouTube, does similar things to me. And he told me recently that he'd come off his bike doing a cross-country ride. He'd broken his ribs, his wrist and his neck.
I hope you make a speedy recovery, my friend, and you get back in the saddle, and hopefully it doesn't put you off too much, because the trails, the hills, the dales and the valleys will be calling your name, I've got no doubt, soon. So hope you make a speedy recovery.
If you're more of a cross-country mountain biker like me, most of the time we don't really have two wheels off the ground. But when we do, it's always good to have some protection. And of course, many of you have seen I wear the Pro Fox Helmet 2 with the Pro frame. Now, I also wear elbow pads, knee pads, and they're attached to the shin pads. Barring that, I don't have any upper body, lower body, or any other protection at all. And I've always thought, well, cross-country riding, do we really need it? And it's only recently when I've been riding up at the Peak District, and I look back on the GoPro footage, I think, if I'd come off there, I would have seriously hurt myself. And with me entering the recent Enduro that's coming up, I thought maybe it was time to get something or look at something to protect myself should I come off. Because as you get older, you literally don't repair as quick, and who wants to get injured, especially when I go off and do rides on my own. So I went out on the interweb, I'd look for some stuff, and we're starting off with some shorts today. Have a look, how do they feel, are they comfortable, and do they give us any protection whatsoever when we're out there doing gnarly stuff on our own? Well, let's jump in and let's find out.
There was lots of different brands out there that I was looking at, but Leatt seemed to come up again and again. And this particular pair on screen you'll see now. Now the criteria that I wanted was it had to be breathable so that I could wear these in winter and summer. They needed to be durable and light. I didn't want to feel like I was getting bogged down and being restricted in movement. So these shorts seem to tick every single box. These shorts have certified 3DF hip impact padding protection in the upper hip and thigh areas. And these shorts are also tested and certified as impact protection in those areas, specifically the hips to level 1. If you're not sure what 3DF material is, it's kind of a soft, spongy material that hardens on impact. These shorts also include a comfortable waist stretch, Anti-odor MoistureCool and AirMesh wicking fabrics that will keep you warm in the summer, but also warm in the English winter riding conditions. They also have silicone printed elastic leg cuffs and a pre-shaped 3D design for better fit and functionality. I've got a 33-inch waist, and these are the actual large size, and they are quite snug. I think one of the good things about these is that they are quite tight fitting, and this is something you really do want on a mountain bike. You don't want to be something that's going to be rubbing and coming off. Now when I've actually got these on, they feel really comfortable. You only really notice the side armour down the side of the hips. When you really think about it, that's how comfortable they are. And I've noticed the padding where the red symbol is seems to, as it gets warmer, it kind of moulds around your leg shape. I do feel as though there should be a little bit more padding around the back of the thigh, but then again, I guess most of the impacts and the crashes that you have, you may be going over the bars or off the side of the bike. But it does feel like there should be a little bit more on the side. Now I did think initially, was there enough padding on there? But as I mentioned, it is 3M protective, and it does get harder when it is impacted. And you do have a nice Coccyx attachment that actually goes on the back as well. The test for me was how would they fit under a pair of mountain bike trousers. Now these trousers admittedly are a little bit on the small size. I really did need to send them back, but I've put them on anyway. I could probably done with a couple more inches on the waistline on these trousers. But as you can see, the minimum amount of shape under the actual trousers, you can't really tell that you've got any padding on at all. I can feel it now I've got these trousers on, but they are extremely comfortable now they're actually on. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything bulky, and there is no restriction at all with these when I'm wearing them. I've actually been out for a quick ride with these since the video, and I thought, well, there's no point showing me riding around because you can't tell I've got them on. Extremely comfortable. Almost forget that you've got them on. I think you will need some bibs underneath. There is no padding in the bum area, shall we say, so you may need something on underneath. But so far, very happy. There was no chafing or rubbing in places. They stayed in place, and of course with that padding being quite minimal, It does give you some protection with it being 3F, but it's not something that's bulky enough that's really going to bother you. These shorts are around £90, which I guess it's a tough one, isn't it? They're very, very expensive, but you never know when you're going to come off and actually hurt yourself. And these are thin enough and small enough that they're not really going to bother you riding. They're not going to rub or chafe or cause any issues whatsoever. And let's face it, any bit of body protection and armour that we can put on these days, it makes you safer out there on the trails. So far, these get a very high rating off me, very highly recommended. If you've got any suggestions on some upper body armour for me, I know there are about 3 or 4 out there which I won't mention now because I would love to see what you, my subscribers, comment on the box below. I'm wanting something that's lightweight and breathable, akin to the shorts really for cross country, but something that'll give me some protection for downhill. I am borrowing a neck protector as well as I've got a bad neck. Hope that was of some information to you and you found that relatively interesting. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe and share and all that good stuff, and I shall see you in some more e-mountain bike and mountain bike, e-bike goodness and some vlogging in the future again. Thanks again. I'll see you on the trails. Bye bye.